Hello students, in this lecture we are going to discuss second case of shortcut method. Okay, so this is the general form of linear differential equation, nth order linear differential equation phi of d into y is equal to f of x. Now first case is exponential case, f of x is equal to e to the power ax. So it is discussed in earlier class. Now case number 2 is f of x is equal to sin of ax or cos of ax, and it is also applicable for sin of ax plus b or cos of ax plus b. I write here sin of ax plus b and or cos of ax plus b. So whatever the result I write for sin of ax or cos of ax, they are also true for ax plus b case in sine and cosine cases. So our focus is to find out the particular integral. Now first of all tell me, what is the derivative of sine of ax? Okay, in the earlier case, in the exponential case e to the power ax, what was our decision? Our decision was to replace d by a. The reason is derivative of e to the power ax is a e to the power ax. So when you take 2 times differentiation, we have to multiply by 2 times. Now in this case, let us see what will happen. Now what is the derivative of sine of ax plus b? So derivative of sine of ax, simply I will take ax. So derivative of sine of ax, it is a cos of ax. It is not difficult, it is a cos of ax. Now in exponential case, see, look at this expression. This function will remain same on the both sides, and d is replaced by a. That is the reason we have replaced d by a in the first case. Now in this case, d is replaced by a here, but there is a change in function. Here is sine function, here is cosine functions. So when we replace such type of things, we have to take care of that there is a function, same function on the both sides. So differentiate once again. So d square of sine of ax. Now we know that differentiation of cos of ax, it is minus a. So I will write here minus a square sine of ax. So second derivative of sine of ax is minus a square sine of ax. And due to this reason, in this second case, you are allowed to replace d square by minus a square. Same thing also happen with cosine function. You just verify d square of cos of ax is equal to minus a square cos of ax. So in second case, our focus is to replace d square by minus a square. Please remember that, don't write this expression in this way, minus a whole square. Otherwise it is plus a whole square. But what is our task? To replace minus a square. So be careful. So replace d square by minus a square. So then of course d raised to 4 is replaced by minus a whole square, that is a raised to 4. Then d raised to 6 by minus a raised to 6, and you continue in this. So in second case, replace d square by minus a square and not d by a. Please remember that if you come across sine or cosine function, then don't replace d by a, replace d square by minus a square. Okay, now I write this in terms of result. So this is the explanation behind why we replace d square by minus a square. So I will write here 1 upon phi of d square sine of ax, okay, is equal to 1 upon phi of minus a square sine of ax. Is it okay? Where we have to say that phi of minus a square is non-zero. And similar result is also true for cosine functions, because sine and cosine function, they have almost similar properties. So 1 upon phi of minus a square cos of ax, provided phi of minus a square is non-zero. Now what will happen if phi of minus a square is 0? Okay, that is we are going to discuss case of failure. So these two results are very important. Now we will discuss third result. Okay, so let us discuss this particular case. 1 upon d square plus a square operated on sine of ax. So as per our procedure, we replace d square by minus a square. Okay, so minus a square plus a square. So this is case of failure. So if you come across case of failure, so you always remember that multiply numerator by x divided by differentiation of d square plus a square. So it is 2d operated on sine of ax. Now what is this? So x by 2, 1 upon d. So if d stands differentiation, then 1 upon d stands integration. So what is integration of sine of ax? It is minus cos of ax divided by a. Therefore I will write third result as 1 upon d square plus a square sine of ax is equal to minus x upon 2a cos of ax. This is the third result. Remember that there is a negative sign because of integration of sine function. Now fourth result, I will write fourth result. 1 upon d square plus a square operated on cos of ax is equal to, replace d square by minus a square. So case of failure, I will write here case of failure. So multiplied by x divided by differentiation of this, that is 2d upon cos of ax. So is equal to x upon, see when you multiply by x at the numerator, please remember that it should be right at the left of this operator every time. You please take care of this. So only you have to operate 1 upon 2d on cos of ax. This is very important. So x upon 2, what is integration of cos of ax? It is sine of ax divided by e. So 1 upon d square plus a square operated on cos of ax, you will get x upon 2a sine of ax. So these four results, they are very important. Now we will discuss how to find out particular integral. See, let us say particular integral is equal to 1 upon phi of d operated on either sine of ax or cos of ax. Okay. Now you are allowed to replace d square by minus a square. So d square, replace it by minus a square. Then what is the replacement for dq? It is of course minus a square d. Then what is the replacement for d raised to power 4? It is a raised to power 4. What is the replacement for d raised to power 5? It is a raised to 4 into d. Now we know that phi of d is nth degree polynomial in d. So after replacing d square by this, d cube by minus a square d and so on. So finally what you will get? Can you guess? Phi of d, it is nth degree polynomial in d, and you are allowed to replace d square by this, d cube by this, d raised to 4 by this and so on. So after replacing all these things, what you will get at the denominator? Can you guess? You will get, there are two possibilities. Number one, either you will get some constant, let us say k, or this is first possibility, you will get some constant, or what is second possibility, you will get linear polynomial in d, that is 1 upon, let us say ad plus b, let us say in general. So there are two possibilities, either you will get constant or you will get linear factor in d. So if you come across constant, then this is your particular integral, 1 upon k sine of ax or cos of ax, as per the case may be. And in this case, if you come across 1 upon ad plus b, and which is operated on sine of ax or cos of ax, then how to overcome this difficulty? Because here is no d square or d cube to replace this by either minus a square or minus a square d. So if you come across this case anywhere while solving the example, 1 upon linear factor in d operated on sine of x, so you always go for rationalization. So multiplied and divide by this factor. So a square d square minus b square operated on sine of ax. Now why rationalization is important? Because if I produce d square at the denominator, then I am able to replace d square by minus a square. Please do not confuse with this a and this a. I will write here cd plus d, then c square d square cd minus d. Okay. So after rationalizing this term, you will get d square term at the denominator. So replace d square by minus a square. And what is cd minus d operated on sine of ax? So this is, you will get some constant. And what about numerator? C times differentiation of sine of ax, which is a cos of ax, and minus d times sine of x. So this is your particular integral. So point is what? Either replacement, he will get either constant or linear polynomial in d. If it is a constant, your work is over. This is your answer, 1 upon k sine of ax or cos of ax. And in the second case, if you get linear factor, then always remember that you have to rationalize, so that you will get d square at the denominator, and you are able to substitute d square by minus a square. Okay. So we will discuss one example based on this technique. Now first example, solve d square plus 1 into y is equal to sin x into sin 2x. Remember that you will not be given the function on the right hand side is in the form of what? Sine of ax or cos of ax. Okay. Sometimes we have to apply the knowledge of trigonometry to express this in the form of what? Addition of sine or cosine functions, which is in the form of sine of ax plus b or cos of ax plus b. Sometimes you will be given sine square x on the right hand side. In that case, you have to express this as 1 minus cos 2x divided by 2. So first term is 1 by 2 constant, and second term is cos 2x. So which is applicable as per second case. Then you will be given sin cube x, then cos cube x. So there are many possibilities. So in this case, knowledge of trigonometry should be required to transform them into desired form. So here sin of x into sin of 2x. You may be given cos x into sin 2x or cos x into cos 2x. So now how to evaluate this? Okay, so what is our first step? Our first step is to find out complementary function. So what is auxiliary equation? It is m square plus 1 is equal to 0. So roots are plus minus 1. So complementary function is here. I straight away write c1 cos x plus c2 sin x. Okay. Now second step is particular integral. So y suffix p is equal to 1 upon d square plus 1 operated on sin x into sin 2x. Now it is not in the form of sin of ax or cos of ax. So you recall this result, 2 sin a into sin b. So what is the result for this? It is cos of a minus b minus cos of a plus b. So therefore sin x into sin 2x, this can be written as 1 by 2. Now what is a minus b? So x minus 2x. So it is minus x. but cosine function is even function. So cos of minus x is same thing as cos x minus a plus b, so x plus 2x, that is cos of 3x. Now particular integral is equal to 1 upon d square plus 1, okay, 1 by 2 cos x minus cos 3x, okay, so 1 by 2. Now operate this on cos x and cos 3x separately. So 1 upon d square plus 1 operated on cos x minus, I will write in bracket, minus 1 upon d square plus 1 into cos of 3x, so is equal to 1 by 2. Now is it case of failure? Replace d square by, now what is a? A is 1 here, so minus 1, and here replace d square by, here a is 3, so minus 9, so 1 by 2. Now it is a case of failure, so multiplied by x divided by differentiation of denominator, so 2d cos x minus 1 upon, now replace d square by minus 9, so minus 9 plus 1, minus 8, so minus minus plus 1 by 8 cos of 3x, so is equal to 1 by 2. Now what is integration of cos x? It is sin x, so 1 by 2 x by 2 sin x plus 1 by 8 cos 3x, now multiplied by 2, so x by 4 sin x plus 1 by 16 cos 3x. So this is your particular integral. So your final solution is complementary function plus particular integral. So y is equal to, do not forget to write finally, y is equal to, general solution is equal to complementary function plus particular integral, that is this plus this. Thank you very much.